ਤੇ ਕ੍ਰਿਸ ਅੱਜ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਟੂਡੀਓ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸ਼ਾਮਿਲ ਹੋ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ। ਤੇ ਕ੍ਰਿਸ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਦੱਸਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ CNR ਤੋਂ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਲੋਕਲ ਬੋਰਡ ਦੇ ਕੈਂਡੀਡੇਟ ਨੇ। ਤੇ ਅੱਜ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਮਾਣ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਕ੍ਰਿਸ ਦੂਜੀ ਵਾਰ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਟੂਡੀਓ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅੱਜ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਸ਼ਾਮਿਲ ਹੋ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਨੇ। Chris, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, welcome to the Radio Spice Studios. I think it's second time you're coming to us.
Yeah, second time. Good to be back.
Yes. How's your day been, first of all, today?
Yeah, been pretty full on once again.
Okay.
In campaign mode with the local body elections coming up, and the voting papers actually come out into your lead boxes this week. So
yes,
trying to get around all of the community groups a couple of last times and just encouraging them and imploring them to cast their vote in the upcoming Auckland Council elections.
True. So is it coming from when it's happening, from tomorrow?
Yeah, from tomorrow, September the 9th, the papers will start getting delivered out. So you get them within a day or two of that.
Right.
You've got to go out to the whole of Auckland.
Cool. So which means that it's going to happen now. So the people who actually are out there, they need to make a decision now quick.
100%.
And that's the reason we have you here now, so we can actually know more from you. So about the CNR and about your vision, your goals, what you want to achieve.
Exactly.
So basically, Chris, I know this thing, and I think most of the guys or our listeners and the viewers who are actually with us, they don't know that you are a professional bodybuilder as well.
I don't know about professional, but yeah, I compete in bodybuilding. A bit of a side hobby of mine, yeah.
Yes, I've seen your photos, and it's good. You look good, brother.
Thank you, man.
So, I mean, I was so curious. I just wanted to ask you on air that why did you just decide to be a politician? From I know that that's your hobby as a bodybuilder, but why you just came to politics?
Yeah, so basically a bit about myself. I work at Papatoetoe High School.
Yeah.
Before that, I was at Papatoetoe Intermediate.
Mm-hmm.
I've never worked a job outside of Papatoetoe. We live here. We bought a house here. My wife's a primary school teacher at Papatoetoe West Primary School.
Right.
So we're very rooted in our community of Papatoetoe. Been here for a long time. Our families are settled here, and I've just been noticing over sort of the last few years in terms of public safety and a few issues with regards to rubbish and just the general area of Papatoetoe has just slowly declined.
Yes.
And if we're going to stay here long term, I want to be part of that action to make Papatoetoe, back to the way it used to be, a lot better.
Yeah, exactly. So you've been living here for a long time, and probably you've been experiencing all these problems that most of people who live in Papatoetoe, they have been experiencing. Yeah,
exactly.
Okay, so I think it's your community service attitude that has actually brought you into the politics.
Right, exactly.
So how's your campaign so far? Do you think politics is easy?
No, I wouldn't say it's easy. It's quite time consuming because, like I mentioned, I still work full time.
Yeah.
And I'm involved in a few different community things. I'm a member of the Papatoetoe Central Rotary Club.
Mm-hmm.
So we do a few projects in the community. So I'm involved with that. And as well as that, I volunteer on a Monday night at a community kitchen in Otara.
Right.
So a lot of different community things on top of that, getting out and meeting the people.
Right.
A few different events. Door knocking, obviously, is part of it.
Right.
Trying to meet, thousands of people.
Yes.
Explain to them why it's important to vote in the upcoming elections.
Mm-hmm.
Hear their views, hear their concerns, hear their aspirations. They're the ones that live here. That's our community.
Right.
Papatoetoe probably got close to 100,000 as a population now. It's still growing. A lot of immigrant community. So it's important to get across all of the different ethnic backgrounds, ages, community groups, and hear from them. So to answer your question, definitely not easy, especially working full time, but I'm passionate and I definitely want to put my best foot forward.
That's great. So good to know that. And what do you think, what are the main issues that's happening right now in Papatoetoe? I mean, what are the main issues that needs to be solved on the priority basis if you get elected as a local board candidate?
Yeah. So I could boil it down to about 3 or 4 main ones. Obviously, there's probably more than that, but number one of the worst ideas that I've heard floated by Auckland Council as a cost-saving measure is to move our rubbish collection potentially to a fortnightly rubbish collection.
Yeah.
why that's such a bad idea is we're already having issues in South Auckland, Papatoetoe as well, in particular with rubbish dumping, illegal rubbish dumping on the sides of the road. And that's already with a weekly rubbish collection. If we were to halve that weekly, collection to a fortnightly, we're just going to see even more issues in terms of rubbish.
Yes.
And it's already starting to creep in now.
Yep.
Why are we getting increases in rates, and we're going to potentially halve the service?
Exactly. Yes.
As well as that, we're wanting to crack down on the illegal rubbish dumping, but infrastructure as well. Like I said, we've had a mass influx of population over the last few years. Like I said, pushing 100,000 people in Papatoetoe. It's the third biggest suburb in New Zealand. The roads and the footpaths are not fit for purpose.
Yeah.
The drains and the pipes and things like that as well. That's why every time we have a little bit of hard rain around our area, you probably see it yourself. The roads flood. The infrastructure can't keep up with the demand of that massive population growth. There needs to be investment in our community,
Right.
from the mayoral level right down to the local board level. We need to fix our roads.
Yep.
We need to improve the footpaths. Like you have a lot of elder community that are finding it difficult to get around on the footpaths because they're so cracked and they can't walk there, or if they're in scooters or wheelchairs and things like that, it's not safe for them. So we need to invest. And then if I was to say 3, honestly, representation on our local board. There's not enough diverse representation for our ethnic communities. Yes. I would like to stand and be that bridge between our ethnic communities. So you've seen me, you can testify this yourself. I'm around all different communities.
Yeah,
groups.
I can tell that. So, because you've been in Gurdwaras, you've been in the temple as well.
Exactly.
So meeting Indian community people
exactly.
all around. Yeah.
So Punjabi, Hindu, it doesn't matter, Gujarati, all our Indian community, as well as our Pacific community, our Māori community, New Zealand European, all different ages and stages of life. They all need representation at that local board level.
Yeah.
At the moment, it's not happening. So I'm going to be that person, and that's why I would like the support of our listeners and our Punjabi community as a whole. Yeah.
Yes, and also especially in Papatoetoe, it's known as a capital of Punjabi community in New Zealand.
Exactly.
So it's thousands of Punjabis and thousands of Indians. They already been living in Papatoetoe for like decades and years now. So just like you've been, I think, here for a long time as well. It's very multicultural. It's beautiful. I mean, but other issue, Chris, that most of the Indian community people, they have already come across and they faced a lot, and that's the retail crime.
Exactly.
How do you see the retail crime in Papatoetoe, and what can you pretty much like do if you were just elected after the election?
Yeah, so public safety is a concern that I've heard from outdoor knocking and canvassing and speaking to the people and speaking to the local business owners. It's still an issue.
Yeah.
It's still something that continues to plague our community. Our community should feel safe that they can open a business in New Zealand in 2025 without feeling unsafe. So the ways that we can continue to work on that is to work with our local police, making sure there's presence in our Papatoetoe community and Hunters Plaza and all Papatoetoe as well. As a deterrent, making sure we're investing in lighting, making sure the areas that are particularly unsafe are well lit, CCTV, investments in the main town centres in 4K quality. We need better cameras, we need investment there. Working with our community patrol, Papatoetoe has a community patrol. You've seen at the Sikh temple, the cars parked up there.
That's right.
Making sure that they're out and about and working with our community leaders and working with the police to make sure there's a deterrent so that these crimes are going to not, we don't want them to be happening as prevalently as they are. On top of that as well, making sure there's programs for the youth to keep them away from those sorts of activities. So make sure there's a pathway into jobs, into trades, whatever it is, to keep them on the straight and narrow, keep them on the right path. Obviously, at the moment, Auckland has the highest unemployment rate in the country, 6.2%, and it's even worse for that sort of 18 to 24-year-old bracket. So we need to make sure there's a pathway, whether it's further education, whether it's a trade, to keep them out of trouble and make sure there's a bright future for our youth as well.
True. So I agree. Also, Chris, I've also noticed this because the election date is coming near as well. So plus, like the votes, they probably will start coming in a day or two. Um, Lots of people, they get the votes at their places, but the thing is like it's always a low percentage, especially for the
Mm.
council elections. Like what happens is the vote turnaround is always around between 30 to 40%.
It's worse than that.
It's worse than that.
Papatoetoe's 2022, 3 years ago, had the worst voter turnout in all of Auckland Council, and it was 23%.
23. Wow.
So less than
That's-
1 in 4 eligible voters in our area cast their vote, which is alarming. Particularly, our ethnic community is underrepresented, which is why I'm encouraging our listeners, when you get your voting papers in your letterbox, make sure you tick your ballot and you return that ballot.
Right.
If you want to have a say, if you're passionate about your community, you need to make sure you cast your vote.
Right.
You can't be at home complaining a year or two from now about things that are happening in Papatoetoe
Yes.
if you didn't take the time to exercise your democratic right
Exactly.
and cast your vote. So
Yeah.
from tomorrow, those papers will be delivered. I'm
Yeah.
encouraging you, vote for a strong candidate
Yeah.
that aligns with community focused and sensible spending and transparency at local board level. I'm speaking about myself here. I'm speaking about CNR. CNR, the oldest political party in local government in Auckland, been around for just under 90 years, have a strong history of a centre-right leaning local board.
Right.
So make sure you cast your vote in the upcoming local board elections.
Right. So Satya, ਥੋੜਾ ਮੈਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ just briefly explain ਪੰਜਾਬੀ. So ਕ੍ਰਿਸ ਦਾ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਟਰਨ ਆਊਟ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਖਾਸ ਤੌਰ ਤੇ ਪਾਪਾਟੋਏ ਏਰੀਆ ਦੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਘੱਟ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਵੋਟ ਸਾਡੇ ਘਰ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਡਿਲੀਵਰ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਲੇਕਿਨ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਾਉਂਦੇ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਆ ਵੋਟ ਆਪਣੀ ਸਾਡਾ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਡਾ ਡੈਮੋਕ੍ਰੈਟਿਕ ਰਾਈਟ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪਾਉਣੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਪਿਛਲੇ ਸਾਲਾਂ ਦੇ ਦੌਰਾਨ ਇਹੀ ਦੇਖਣ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਕਿ ਪਾਪਾਟੋਏ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਵੋਟ ਟਰਨਆਊਟ ਹੈ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਘੱਟ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਇਸੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਸਾਡੀ ਰਿਪਰੈਜ਼ੈਂਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਉਹਦੀ ਸਟਰੋਂਗ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਸੋ ਇੱਥੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਟਰੋਂਗ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹ ਰਿਪਰੈਜ਼ੈਂਟੇਟਿਵ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਕ੍ਰਿਸ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਉਹ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਬਣ ਕੇ ਅੱਗੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਆਵਾਂਗਾ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਹੈ ਭਾਰਤੀ ਭਾਈਚਾਰੇ ਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਮੁੱਦਿਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮੈਂ ਚੰਗੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਵਾਕਿਫ ਹਾਂ ਸੋ ਯੂ ਆਲਰੇਡੀ know about the main or core issues that Indian Punjabi community basically they do need at the moment here, right? So basically what I was telling, what you were actually explaining before, that you'll be a strong voice for them.
100%. And like when I was down at the Sikh temple yesterday, I met with the leaders of the Punjabi community and they asked me some questions and they spoke to me about their concerns. I think they came away quite happy with knowing that I can be that bridge between the two worlds.
Yeah.
Between that local board level, the Otara Papatoetoe Local Board, Auckland Council, and liaising directly with the Punjabi community and the Indian community as a whole. You know, I've got a lot of strong links there, and I'm prepared and willing and able and capable to be that person.
Right, cool. Thank you, Chris. Any final words that you'd like to say to our listeners and viewers at the moment?
I'd just like to again stress how important it is for you to cast your vote. Like I said, 2022, the lowest voter turnout in all of Auckland Council local board elections was our area. It was abysmal. It was 23%.
Yeah.
So if you are passionate about your community, you love Papatoetoe, and you want to see positive things happening for our community over the next 3 years and beyond, cast your vote. You get your voting papers in your letterbox from tomorrow. You've got about 4 weeks to tick the box and return it, either by return mail or at the local library. There's a bunch of, they've even got pop-up stations at the temples, Sikh temple, Hindu temple.
Yep.
They're trying to make it even more accessible and easier for our community.
This is a good thing that's happening, that you can even vote at your temple or
Exactly.
as well. Yeah.
Exactly. So we're trying to make it more accessible. And like I said, if you believe in strong common sense policy, vote for Chris Latham, vote for CNR. And I'd just like to extend my thanks again to Mintu and to Paminda, Naftej, all of Radio Spice for allowing me for the opportunity to connect directly with our Punjabi listeners and our Punjabi community again. And just like to say Tanvad. And thank you, and look forward to speaking to everyone in the community and again soon. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome, Chris, and wish you all the best. And hopefully we do another interview with you when you probably win this elections, and after that as
Sounds
a
good.
winner candidate.
I'll definitely be back.
Good luck to you.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank you, Chris. So ਸਾਥੀਓ ਸਨ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ Chris ਤੇ Chris